Fasten your seatbelt. It's the 30-second Take podcast, where two people face off in a digital duel. The podcast begins in 3, 2, 1.
Yes. I think that was 8, right? It's episode 8 of the 30-second Take podcast. I am Brad Gustafson, and this week we are joined by Mark French. Again, Mark is the returning guest host, and let's bring up Mark. There he is. Mark is also the elementary principal at Rice Lake Elementary in Minnesota. He is the MESPA president-elect. So once again, Mark, I serve at the honor of the president. We're also joined by Drew Frank. Drew's a principal in, whoa, there we go. Drew is a principal, is that symmetrical? Atlanta, Georgia. And Drew is known by colleagues as being a little bit of a jokester or mischief maker. In fact, even when he's innocent, he's often the first one they look to. So we can't wait to hear from Drew and Mark. This week's guiding question is, what's working for kids in our schools? What do we need to rethink? All right. You know what they say, 2's company, 3's a crowd. I'm out of here. Let's get to that digital duel.
Welcome to our digital duel. Cast your vote for the most compelling response. The winner returns next week to defend the title.
What is working for our kids is the erosion of a factory-style dissemination of knowledge, serving as the best model for the messy and invigorating process we call learning. Students are beginning to contribute to a global knowledge base as active citizens as opposed to passive receptacles for fact transmission. This is a radical and essential shift, but we as educators have to help all constituencies understand this. It is essential that we share this shift with parents and community members and then help them to best engage as partners in the learning.
What's working for kids in our schools is we have dedicated, caring professionals focused on accountability and achievement, implementing 21st century skills. But if your schools and classrooms look like the ones this guy attended in the 60s and 70s, then we need to rethink learning spaces. Are desks in rows and columns, or are there flexible learning spaces? And we also need to rethink access and engagement with technology. Are we allowing students to use technology as they will and need to in the future?
That's what I'm talking about. I nearly just tipped over my coffee with a stray fist pump there. Way to go, guys. So Mark, he busts out the elementary picture just to drive home the point. Love that. And Drew, this factory model thing where kids are maybe used to be viewed as receptacles for content, you know, without regard to who they are, what they need, and making those critical connections. I couldn't agree more. The most important part here, though, is what everyone else has to say. So we want your votes. Vote for either Mark to return as a guest host or Drew. We've got their Twitter contact below. We also want your questions, your feedback, and maybe even pushback on some of this stuff. So your engagement matters to us. You can hit me up a direct message on Twitter as well. Thanks a lot. Great takes. We are out of here. Robo Arm Guy, take it away.